Hello and welcome to Youngstown Playlist, a show dedicated to highlighting local music right here in Youngstown, Ohio. You may have heard the expression changes in latitudes, changes in attitudes, but how does that affect one's music career? We learn the answers to that and more with today's guest, Jordan DePaul.
Sunset in the window, bodega wine and frozen pizza. Favorite spot on the sofa, the one your mom bought from IKEA. Didn't know what we had it. Picture perfect, but we took it for granted. I was so blind to the magic. Wish I could go back, but I guess we missed our window. Yeah, it closed on us. Our love was like an hourglass, baby, we were so close, yeah. But we're never gonna get it back. I can see it all, I can see it all. We could've had it all, but we missed our window, yeah. Ooh. Damn shame it didn't work out. All my friends still ask about you. Who's to blame? I don't care now. It wouldn't help even if I knew. Cause I guess we missed our window. Yeah, it closed on us. Our love was like an hourglass, baby, we were so close, yeah. But we're never gonna get it back. I can see it all, I can see it all. We could've had it all, but we missed our window, yeah. No, 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 no. Didn't know what we had it. Picture perfect, but we took it for granted. I was so blind to the magic. Wish I could go back, but I guess we missed our window. Yeah, it closed on us. Our love was like an hourglass, baby, we were so close, yeah. We're never gonna get it back. I can see it all, I can see it all. We could've had it all, but we missed our window, yeah. But we missed our window, yeah.
Let's just start with the beginning. How did you get involved with music? What was the beginnings?
Oh man, I guess, everyone always says like when you were like 2 years old, you're like singing around the house and stuff. My mom always said I was singing and performing. When I was 12, I started taking vocal lessons. And then at the age of 15, I think, I started singing and taking vocal lessons from the vocal director at Westminster College.
Nice.
And he's like a good buddy of mine now. But yeah, and then when I was 15, I started a band with my cousin and his old bandmates. I started writing songs with the 3 chords that I knew. And when they broke up, I said to my cousin Michael, I'm like, hey man, do you want to start a band? Like, he goes, well, go ahead and like play your songs and let's see. And he tells me to this day, he's like, I remember thinking like, there's no way that my cousin's writing good songs right now. And I've shown him to him, he's like, those are actually pretty good. So we started a band, and we were in a band until I was 20. From ages 15 to 20, and we played around like Northeast Ohio. We opened for the Goo Goo Dolls at Cavelli Center.
Nice.
Yeah, they all like all great musicians, and they're all still like my best friends to this day. But they all wanted to start their lives, you know.
Yeah.
And for me, music has always been what I see myself doing. I always say like there's people that are meant to be great doctors and great teachers, and they'll change. They have a potential to change the world that way, you know, curing cancer or whatever. And I think the only way I would ever change the world or impact it in any way would be with my music. So I know that I was meant to do this. I was put here on this earth to do that. And I'm gonna die doing that. So I broke up the band for good. And I was in a depression because my dad passed away. And I sat in my room, and for like 3 months, I'd go to YSU, I went to YSU. Okay. Went to YSU, and I'd come home and I'd write songs in my room. And then when I finally kind of snapped out of it a little bit, I was like, where do songwriters go? I'm like, Nashville. So then me and my friends went for the first time when I was 19 to check it out. And I loved it, and I graduated from YSU with a marketing degree. And then I moved to Nashville a week later. I've just been doing it ever since, man.
Since you brought up you know, the moving to Nashville, a lot of people think of it as like this holy mecca of music.
Yeah.
So talk about, you know, the move there, your experiences there so far.
Yeah, so I went, graduated in 2012 from Youngstown State University, and then had Christmas, and then I moved there thinking I had to write country music, because as you do.
Yeah.
And at that point when I moved there, I didn't want to be an artist at all. I just wanted to write songs. So I got there, me and my buddy Dennis Drummond, who I don't know if you know him, but he's actually from the area. Okay. We started playing together here and there and writing songs, and we got picked up to, like, we're gonna make you guys a country duo. And we're gonna you guys are gonna be the next Florida Georgia Line. And I was like, man, we went through contract talks for like 8 months, and finally me and Dennis were like, dude, we're not a country duo. We're from Youngstown, Ohio. You know, so we turned down the deal. And then ever since then, I've kind of just been, I did the Americana thing for a while. Because I was always like if I'm going to sing country music, it's going to be like the stick to the man folk. Yeah. And then I put out this record in 2016, and it did pretty well. One song's about to hit 4 million plays on Spotify. It's the one about my dad. And then I put that out, and the next week I went on tour, and I called my manager, and I'm like, I don't want to sing these songs anymore. He's like, what? He's like, we're getting all these write-ups and everything. Like, you got to be crazy. We're getting all this attention from this record. And I was like, it doesn't feel like me, you know? And at this point, I've been in Nashville for 3 years, and I've seen that it's not all just country music. And I've seen people doing what they are good at and what comes naturally to them, and I wanted to do that. I didn't want to sing country music, even though I felt like I had to when I first moved there. So, and the scene, like the pop scene there is big, the rock scene there, like everything. So I started writing pop songs because I always say I grew up on Tom Petty and the Backstreet Boys. And I kind of shunned away the Backstreet Boys thing for a while. And
they just crept back in?
Yeah. Well, I think I just let them. You know, I think I pushed them away for so long because I'm like, you're in Nashville and you need to sing country songs and start putting a twang in your voice. And when I finally got to that point where I was like, okay, this is what I could do, I didn't want to do it. So I started writing the pop songs and stuff, really just writing whatever came naturally to me. Everyone was like, that's not you, man. Like, this is you. Like, you're country. Like, you have been. That's all Nashville's known me for. And I was like, no. I was in Nashville for 5.5 years, and everyone was kind of like, they knew me as the Americana country dude. And I knew in order to separate myself from that, I needed to separate myself from Nashville. So I moved to Nashville I moved to New York City in 2017 for a year. My ex lived there, and I just needed to be creative. I needed to separate myself from the whole writing. Everyone I was writing with even was like, we're writing for this country project. And I was like, no, I don't want to.
You need a clean slate.
Yeah, so I was in New York, and I didn't know that many people. I knew my ex and my buddy Tommy, and then I knew a couple people here and there. But for the most part, all I did was sit in my apartment and write songs and what came naturally to me. And I'd have a song 3/4 of the way done, and my buddy Tommy Smoko, who's from Struthers actually, he'd walk in and go, dude, like, that song's awesome. I'm like, I'm having trouble finishing it. You want to help me finish it? And we would just finish these songs. And that was kind of the whole thing. And then when me and my ex broke up, I was like, New York served its purpose creatively. I know the artist I want to be. I basically just focused on what did I want to give to people? You know, how can I contribute to their lives? Because I put out that whole Americana record, and I was like, yeah, it's good. The songs are good. But did I really add anything to anybody's lives? Probably not. Except for maybe that one song that's about my dad. And I just really wanted to start focusing on what I can contribute to the music world, you know? And I think the thing that I think Julia Michaels kind of pushed me towards this direction. If you know who Julia Michaels is, she's a huge songwriter. She's written for like Justin Bieber, and now she's her own artist. And I think that she put out her first record under her name, and her lyrics were so honest. And that's something that I'm really able to tap into. And for a long time, you always hear like those country songs on the radio, or like even like the pop songs sometimes that are just very, very, they're structured in a way that like, oh, this connects with everybody because that's what they tell you to do. But then you'll hear like one every once in a while that's just like super honest, and it's really personal to you. Like, you could be like you and your girlfriend or wife or whatever. Like we took a trip to Canada, and you know, and we did all these things and just like stuff like that. And even if it doesn't really, it's more about the feeling for me. And that kind of stuff, like that song Window that I played earlier, all those things happened, you know? Sunset in the window, bodega wine and frozen pizza, favorite spot on the sofa, the one your mom bought from IKEA.
Yeah.
Like, they're like so personal to me, but that's the kind of thing that that connects with people, I think.
You've done all this stuff. You've got all these different moves and like evolution under your belt, but what keeps you motivated as a musician to keep doing this, to avoid the burnout, which is very real?
Well, a lot of my stuff that I write about is love or heartbreak, and everyone's like, dude, let it go, you know? I'm like, no, you hang on to that for as long as you can, and you just literally wallow in it for as long as you can, because that's literally, and that's something, I'm a very, very like emotional person. So having music to kind of have as a creative outlet to let not like, even let myself know what I'm feeling, you know, because half the time, I wake up in a depression or something, why am I sad? And I sit down with my guitar and it tells me why I'm sad.
Yeah.
You know? And it's just like the coolest feeling. And that right there is enough to keep me going, but I just love being creative, man. I think it's so cool when you see a song start and you get really excited about it and then you hear it recorded. And then you hear people, like, I keep going back to that Windows song because everyone will hear it. But,
that's true.
But when I started playing that out on like radio shows, or I post videos of me playing it at a hotel cafe in LA, you know, people are just like, what is this song, you know? And for people to connect with my story like that, it's something that came from my heart, you know, because like I said, like that's something that's really important to my songwriting, is something that's personal to me. That's something that kind of keeps me going, the whole, oh man, like that, your song really spoke to me.
Talk about like making those connections. You said that you did meet up with some people who like were from the area when you were in Nashville, but like, because say that, you know, someone's watching this or another band locally is thinking about making a move. I mean, what advice would you give to them just to meet people and make initial connections to a new area?
The one thing that I could tell people is like, find the shows that you want to be a part of and go to them and meet people at those shows. I literally went out and I played anywhere I could for the first 3 months until you start playing these, like, the places that you don't really want to play, but people see you. And then like, hey, I think it'd be great to come play this. And then you kind of start going through this, and then your name starts like popping up places, like, I've heard of that person, I've heard of that person. And then you start getting put on better shows, and then you start playing your own shows, and it just kind of snowballs from there. If you consistently work at it, that was the biggest thing for me, like just going out every single night and meet, because I didn't know a single soul when I moved there.
I mean, it was a huge move, huge shift.
Yeah, so, but it was great, man, and I think most of my best friends live in Nashville now, so it's really cool, and that's like, where Youngstown is a great place to call like home and like to grow up in. I think I learned a lot of my morals from being in Youngstown. A lot of the person that I am is based around Youngstown hard work, and you know, but I love calling Nashville home now. Like, I think it's really, being a part of that community is awesome.
That's our show. I want to thank Jordan DePaul for hanging out with us. I want to thank everybody at Noble Creature Cask House for letting us record an episode there, and thank you for watching. Be sure to like and share this video, like our Facebook page, and subscribe to our YouTube channel so you never miss another episode. See you next time.
So I used to Uber drive in Nashville. That was something that I did when I first moved there. And if you guys know Chris Stapleton, so I Uber drove Chris Stapleton to his album release show.
No way.
And and he's like, can I listen to your stuff? So I put it in. It took an hour to get there because of traffic. He listened to my stuff. He's like, can I get a copy of that? And took it, and then got me and my buddy into his second night that was sold out for free. But something he asked me when I was in the Uber, he goes, so what are you, more of like a singer or a guitar player? And I didn't know how to answer that. I said singer, because like that's what I've been doing my entire life.
Yeah.
But I started thinking, I was like, have you really worked at it the way that you should? Over the course of like these last 6 years since that happened, I've just been pushing my voice like places I never thought I could go, you know. I'm so proud of where I am from where I was. And that's because I sit and I wake up in the morning. That's something else I do, is like vocal warm-ups every morning. And even if my voice isn't as good as it usually is, it's as good as it can be today, you know. And that's something that I've really kind of worked at.